Greetings, faithful viewers. It is I, the Epic Voice Guy, in my temporary place. Because, I'm not got a permanent place just yet. Alright, let's go old school here. Yeah, how about that? This looks like a very Guardians font, right? This looks cool. No, I don't like that one. Let's see. What's up? I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Let's see, what else do we got? Dawn. Beam. That one's not bad. I like this one. Dream. Ooh. Ooh, Doctor Strange. Just giving people time to get in here. Dance party. It's the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the credits. Alright, enough of that. You haven't seen it yet? You should you keep watching? I'll let you know if I'm going to go into spoilers. I promise. So yeah, let's talk about some Guardians. You all may know, if you watch this channel at all, when I reviewed the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I was not in love with it like everybody else was. It was a fun movie, and I really enjoyed it. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of humor. I think it's a better choice for Marvel's comedy than Ant-Man is. Ant-Man just wasn't as funny to me. Guardians, however, made me laugh. The new one just as well. My favorite parts of the movie include Drax. I really enjoyed Drax. I really liked Mantis. I thought she was very adorable and her funniness. So those were my favorite characters. As far as content goes, I just feel like the story kind of lacked. I feel like this is a skippable movie as far as story goes because this movie doesn't really add to the cinematic universe overall very much. I mean, and it's like 5 different after credit scenes. Seems a little overkill. The cameos were all really good. You should definitely stay through the entire movie because there's a lot of cameos in there. If you don't catch all the cameos, check the credits because there's a lot of people in there that you'd be like, oh, I didn't know they were in this movie. Lots of cameos from famous people as well as characters in the Marvel Universe and characters that don't have their own movies but are in this movie. Groot was adorable. They might as well just recall the movie I Am Cute. The jokes there was lots of jokes. There was lots of quips. It was funny though. And it was a good, fun action movie. I liked it better in 3D. I thought it was more designed for that. My biggest problem with the Guardians movies, honestly with all of the Marvel movies, is that there's so much kid-friendly content in it. There's so many like kid jokes. You got this adorable tiny little Groot, and yet there's a lot of death. Like you saw from the trailers, you see the scene with Yondu, and is like a lot of people die in these movies. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Either go full kid friendly or don't, but stick to one. You know what I mean? So that was like my only real complaint was that I feel like if they cut all of the killing you can put action in it without it being super violent action, like the over-the-top computer animated action. It's fine. It's big explosions. It's ships blowing up. Stuff like that I'm fine with. But when you actually show people getting killed, that just seems a little extra violent to me. And, alright, so now I'm going to get into the little spoiler area. I've given you guys 4 minutes of my thoughts of what I liked and a few of the things I didn't like. But now I'm going to get into actual spoilers things. So if you don't want to know anything about the movie just yet, I'm going to spoil it for you a little bit. So you don't have to watch. You can mute whatever. And I'll give you a nice big thumbs up when I'm ready to have you back on. Alrighty? Okay, then. So the entire movie didn't have to take place. If Gamora had listened to Star-Lord at the beginning of the film, the whole movie wouldn't have taken place because he was like, no, I don't trust this guy. We shouldn't trust him. And Star-Lord's the one that nobody believes in and like nobody takes seriously because he's Star-Lord. He's just a human. And it's like, Gamora's like, but what if he really is your dad? What if it's true? And then the rest of the movie, they have to get out of the situation they have gotten themselves into because she didn't just listen to Star-Lord and be like, this is bullcrap, because he was absolutely right. And he said, this could be a trap. It was totally a trap. And so you start this movie off, Peter Quill spends all this time, 34 years, trying to find out who he is. he finally finds out who he is, and then he ends right where he started at the end of the movie. He's the same as he was at the beginning of the movie. And again, these are spoilers, so he finds out that he's half God and little g God, he's this omnipotent, all-powerful whatever. And he's like, but if you destroy this planet, then you're just going to be a regular mortal like everybody else. Well, what's the big deal with that, And I'm like, so basically you end up right where you started. Like, what's the point of this movie for me? Like, what's the point of watching it other than watching the big over-the-top action sequences? And I get the whole movie's kind of like, it's all family. It's all about people loving each other. I mean, you find that the guy he's hated his whole life is really more like a dad to him than his own dad was. And the ball catching with the dad and scene, that was hilarious. I think it was supposed to be touching, but it was just funny to me. The dynamic between, there's a lot of dynamics that are all very similar. You've got the two sisters, you've got Gamora and her sister, and you've got Yondu and Rocket have this like relationship thing going on, and then Rocket and Groot have a relationship thing going on. Then Drax and Manus have this like relationship thing, and I'm not talking about romantic relationships. They just have like this kind of family thing between each of them. And then Star-Lord and Gamora have a little more romantic thing going on. It's just kind of, but it was all about family and relationships, and it was just kind of dragged on for me. But that's my biggest point. I did love the fact the Stan Lee cameos were great. The whole Watcher thing was awesome. So all right, you can turn it back on now. I'm done spoiling. But yeah, those are my gripes and my dislikes. It's 2 hours for what basically was the plot of one of the cartoon episodes. It did feel like the Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon episodes with a lot more death and violence. And a lot more language, which again is like, let's make this very funny, adorably cute movie and then put a bunch of adult stuff in it. Because it just seems to me like if you left the adult stuff out, you probably would have made more money because parents would have dragged their kids to see this, like, oh, you're going to love this movie. It's so cute and funny. Just pick a path, man. Pick a path. All right, I'm done. All right, now you can comment. I'm okay. Haven't seen it yet, but loved the humor and quips in the first movie. Yeah, everybody was talking about how this was like the Star Wars of our generation. I just don't feel like it was. Can I do Chris Pratt for you? I can do CW Beeb. I can do Chris Pratt real good. I've been filling in for him a lot, doing a lot of the things because Echo, Blue, are being bad back there, and gotta keep an eye on these raptors, these animals. You have to respect these animals. Of course, you like the violence. Everybody likes the violence. I'm just saying, if you're gonna make a violent movie with adult language in it, why make it so cutesy, kid friendly? You know what I mean? Like the big colors and all the adorable, can I pet your puppy? And all this cuteness. It just seems very kid-friendly for a movie that had a lot of adult content in it. Oh, well. Anyways, I thought Chris Pratt was okay in it. I liked him. It was fun. The Groot dancing at the beginning of it. Yeah, Groot was adorable. The sensitive nipples jokes, you know what I mean. Yes, Stallone was in it very briefly. I don't get the context of that because I don't know his character very well. I don't know. Anybody who can explain some of those after credit scenes, like I know vaguely of some of them. Again, I'm not going to be spoiling this part, so if you've come back online, I didn't get those references. I'm sure there are comic book references that I did not. I'm not going to repeat what you said because of the joke. It's a spoiler, but District Tribute, you're absolutely right. I don't think it was better than the first. At least the first one had a little bit more of a movie to it. And then there's some scenes like with Yondu. Oh, look, my thumb just takes up the whole camera. Like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm John Bailey. I'm trying to get rid of the Twitter notifications. You notice I figured out how to make this thing full screen. Yay me! Apparently you have to flip it before you start your live stream, or it keeps you stuck in like this mode. So at least this one will be full screen. I will do a full Epic Voice review of this once I get my internet connection back. But currently, I'm in a place with no internet connection. I'm actually apartment hunting for my family right now. And as you see, this place is completely empty. It has electricity, but there's no there's no internets whatsoever, so I can't. Even if I made a video right now, I could not upload it for you guys. So I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can here. Once the middle of June gets here and we're all settled in, I'm gonna have my full-fledged studio. I'm gonna start Twitch streaming again. I'm gonna start doing YouTube gaming again. I'm going to start doing more live shows like this one, more Riff live streams, which I feel like those are a lot of fun. The Riff streams are fun for me because I watch Netflix and make fun of Netflix anyway. And I'm going to be doing more toy reviews. I'm going to be doing more sketch comedy stuff. I'm going to be getting back to making the funny stuff with the voices, but I need the time to get my family across the country and get us out here so my career can prosper and my son can get the medical treatment that he needs. So anyways, but the movie, it's a solid 3.5. You know, I'll give it that. I'm not going to give it 4 because it's just eye candy for the most part. Like I said, the story is very cartoon episode-y. It's just really stretched out to a 2-hour movie. It's fun to watch and it's funny. I'll give it that. I didn't love it like everybody else is just jumping on the bandwagon. There's a lot of repetitive, redundant things that they could have cut. And it seems like this was just kind of a filler. You know, like okay, every season of a cartoon, you have those episodes that's just a filler while they're getting to the story arc part. They just haven't got there yet. This was a filler episode. This was like Thor 2. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of cool stuff to look at, but overall, it's kind of forgettable. Yeah, no substance. It didn't really have a lot of substance. And the funny thing to me was, again, with the whole kid-friendly versus, like, the violent stuff, some of Yondu's scenes are so well acted and dramatic, and it's like, what are these great actors and doing these great scenes for in this movie? It doesn't fit with the cute, adorable, dancing, computer-animated Groot and stuff, you know? Oh, well. All style and no substance. Very well put, accursed J.E. The main villain could have done so much more with his... Yeah, likewise. Oh, and there's... Yeah, I'm not going to get into spoilers again, but there's a lot of hot plot holes. Like, you know, how he figures out how to do stuff so freaking fast. When it took the other guy, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say it, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You do. You do. Don't say me you don't. You do. You do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But overall, yes, it was a very fun movie, and I thought I would at least do a live stream to talk about the movie and hopefully get an Epic Voice review up because I might be able to go to my buddy Kevin's or maybe Defy Media and upload my video there. But as you see, I have no green screen. I have no internets. I have no way to publish this video. And now it says I'm in low power mode even though I'm charged. There we go. Sorry about that. All this time I thought I was charging my phone while I was streaming, and apparently it wasn't it was unplugged. I just drained all the battery. I just drained my juice. I drained my juices. I don't understand what happened. I'm not supposed to be here. Anyways, so as far as anything else that I might have seen, Better Saul Call on AMC. Better Call Saul, actually, the last episode was pretty dang good. I really enjoyed that one. I'm losing my signal, guys. Like I said, I'm doing this from a cell phone, so I didn't expect this to last like a super long time because the longer you stream, the more data it takes, and I've only got 3 bars in the first place. So anyways, be sure to subscribe for all the Epic Voice stuff. You can click over here for my another relevant video, and you can click over here for my last video. Be sure to click my little logo thingy in the middle to subscribe, and thank you, everybody. I'll try to do more streams, and I'm getting back to the videos, I promise. Just give me time to move out to Los Angeles first, okay?